Good evening, once again, welcome to VoiceIt. I hope this year, 2021, is going to be much better than 2020. VoiceIt have taken a break, but we are full steam back with our shows. Tonight I just need to start with our logistics. We're going to start with our disclosure that we don't take responsibility for offensive languages because this is a live streaming. Our candle is still burning since we started with the show whilst in the COVID epidemic. Our candle is for all the people that have lost their loved ones with the COVID-19 epidemic, and we keep on praying for full recovery, and we need to keep our distance. Just today, a friend of mine, the Dunn's family, have lost their mother and their eldest brother, and the funeral was today. VoiceIt really say our condolences to the Dunn family and to the other people that have also lost their loved ones. We keep you in our prayers. Remember, VoiceIt is a talk show that will be brought in English and in Afrikaans. And the show is for any person, organizations to view their opinion in and around the world. So tonight we have an interesting, controversial topic of being gay. Life of a gay or lesbian is actually called homosexuality. I just want to give you a background before we're gonna introduce you to our visitor here about being gay. Gays is actually existing for more than 150 years, and it will continue for the next 150 years to come, accept it or not. Years ago, when it was so bad, when you were gay, people used to hang you, they used to murder you, they used to execute you, and they even banned you from countries. That I don't see the justice in it, because sometimes people are born gay and you can't blame them for being like that. In today's life, communities and parents are still, some of them, not all of them, are still not accepting the fact that there is people that are gay. They even sometimes give them very harsh words that we as VoiceIt find it very offensive by calling them morphs. But if you look at some gays that have been very, very successful, if we look at great successes like Alexander the Great was gay, Freddie Mercury, Elton John, George Michael, Boy George, successful guys in the entertainment and singing industry. And a newly guy is the new CEO of Apple. He came up with a new phone, and they at one stage didn't want to accept him because he's gay, but he's already making wonders with Apple. His name is Tim Cook. He's also a gay guy, very, very, very successful. If you see top hairdressers, even in your own suburb or where you stay, that's very, very successful. Makeup artists, fashion designers, and even dancers, they are all gay. They need some space in this world and to be recognized. And as far as my memory served me well, I must say it, I have never seen a hobo being a gay. I don't know, but I have never meet a hobo that's a gay. So that's also something for me that tells me a lot about the gays. Just taking in mind that there's a big thunderstorm busy here, so if the volume or our phones cut off, the thunderstorm is quite severe. But with no waste of time, I'm going to introduce you to our guest here, Teddy. You are more than welcome to be here tonight. And you people can stream in as our viewers to ask Teddy some questions, how our program is moving onwards. So more than welcome, Teddy.
Thank you for having me.
And Teddy, to start off,
Yes.
can you tell us who is Teddy? What is Teddy? Where does Teddy come from?
Ooh. Okay, let me just. Yeah, we are distancing, right? First and foremost, good evening to all the viewers that are watching. I am Teddy, affectionately known as Tebby B. I am gay, full blown. I am a performing artist. I work in television and media. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a student. I am a firstborn son who happened to be gay, so we ruined that. And basically, yeah, that's it. I mean, if you don't know Teddy, where do you live?
Right, you are more than welcome, Teddy. Our first question to you is, when did you discover, or at what age did you discover that you are actually attracted to the same sex?
Well, okay, that's a question. I can't pinpoint an age, but growing up as a child, I've always been gay. I've always been gay. I have always known it. It's just, to me, I was just being a child. It's when you're a child, when I started having feelings, it was feelings towards boys. Growing up, I always wanted to be a girl. I had girly tendencies. I played with girls, but it wasn't until somebody said, "You are different. Stop this mofi fanyo. Yes, a mofi." Then you start thinking, "Oh, I thought everybody did this. I thought I was just being a child playing. So what's the problem?" So there's no specific age I can pinpoint where I can say, "Oh, that's when I discovered I was gay."
As from your childhood, did you say you like playing with dolls or cars, or being a boxer, or what pushed you to play more with dolls than being an active boy by then?
I've always been an entertainer. I've always been an entertainer since I was a child, guys. I saw myself as Brenda Fassie, not any other male performer. I saw myself as Brenda Fassie, as this legend, as this god. You know, even in dreams, you know, sometimes you dream yourself. I would dream myself as a woman or as a girl. I preferred playing with dolls because in my family, they did not contribute to this at any point. I only have one uncle, and it was all females. All my cousins, I'm the firstborn son of the entire family since my uncle. So it's just been females everywhere. So I'd play with my cousins, my female cousins. Obviously, we'd play with dolls, we'd play dress up. They used to love dressing me up in their clothes and their dresses because they're older. So I was their little doll that they played with. And that was comfortable, that was fun. Because we were playing, we didn't read too much into it. Meanwhile, my feelings, I could say, of femininity were growing. And I felt comfortable in them.
Tell me, were you ever bullied by your friends?
All the time.
Can you tell us an experience about that? What happened?
All at the time, every day of my life, Stuart, contrary to popular belief, even at this day and age, I still get bullied. All the time. A person would have thought that you are grown up now, it doesn't happen, but bullying changes form. It changes form a lot, even in the business world. I still get bullied just because I am gay. One incident that I can pinpoint, it was a huge turning point in my life, was when I first moved to Bloemfontein back in 2002. I started high school here from Bethlehem. I'm from Bethlehem, so I was in a boarding school, and then I moved here when my mother got married in Bloemfontein. I was in a school bus, because when I first arrived, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone. My hair actually looked like this, so this is quite the throwback. My hair looked like this. I had long hair. I had very feminine features and a soft face, very soft spoken. I was scared. So the boys saw that as a target, automatically. Then I would speak and they're like, he's gay. So that's where the bullying started. This one time we were in a school bus on our way home, and I wanted to hang out with the kids. We sat in the back of the school bus where all the cool kids were sitting, because I had to get off last anyway, so I had to sit at the back. And then they started making fun of me. I can't believe at my grown age, I was 16, I think, I actually cried in front of everyone in the bus. In a full bus full of people, I was in absolute tears. From that day on, my life was never the same.
Now being bullied, and now you're an adult, do you still get people when you walk into a restaurant or a club or anywhere in a mall, people have a funny look at you, or do they accept you as a person?
It's funny looks 24 hours a day. It's funny looks 24 hours a day, whether you are just walking. Sometimes I even wonder, how do people know I'm gay? I'm just sitting here. You get pointed at, people look, people have comments, and they have this thing where when they greet you, they already jump and go, hi, Sessa. But like, why? Automatically, people start doing that. And that is a form of discrimination. You're already ridiculing me. It's a joke. When I walk in and you greet me different from how you would greet Stuart. Why is that? Is it because I'm gay? You think it's more acceptable for you to reference me or refer to me as a girl? Or what is it?
Would you say that in life, gays are born a gay person, or at this stage, can you answer me on that?
Ooh, that's a very controversial question. That's a very controversial question of are people born gay or do people turn gay? Disclaimer to whoever is watching, this is my opinion. From all the research I have done, from all the scientific facts that are there, unless somebody can come and prove me wrong and say I turned gay because of 1, 2, 3. I believe a person is born gay. You are born gay, you just discover it later. You just grow into it later in life. You start being comfortable with it much more later in life as life goes on. I've had girlfriends before. And I knew I was gay, but it was one of those things. I had a sense of belonging. And I could get the hottest girls. I remember I dated in boarding school, maar ons was kinders. It was so tussen graad 2 en 3. I had like 5 girlfriends. So pretty. But we were kids. Because it was that sense of belonging. Deep down inside, I knew I was different. And the more we grow, the more we embrace it. So mense say altyd, but he wasn't gay before. Now he turned, the more geword because of 1, 2, 3. It's always been there. You just start embracing it because it's there.
Don't you think, if I may ask you like this, that if you are born gay, your parenthood and your community pressurize you so much to be different, and you also want to prove to yourself that you are not gay?
Yes, absolutely. We tend to keep to ourselves or be in the closet, as it's said, because of societal pressures. The discrimination. No one wakes up in the morning and wants to be discriminated. I'm gonna wake up knowing that people gaan my uitvloek, mense gaan my verkrag, people are gonna hang me, and I'm gonna say, okay, I don't care, I'm still gonna be gay. Nobody wants that. It's a tough and a hard life. But because of society, that's why people keep to themselves and they get married and have children and then they play still. But at night, after 9 o'clock, hulle sien strate met ander mansmense, and it's crazy. Society has made it quite impossible for people to live their truth.
So society is also playing a lot of this prejudice on gays and not accepting their own children.
Yes.
That's different than the normal children.
Yep.
So what would you advise the parents that still try to pretend and force the children to be different, that they don't want the child to be what he wants to be? What is your message to those parents?
Parents. Stuart, I still go through this with my own mother. I mean, I have been gay for over 30 years now. I still go through such things with my own mother. It is difficult for every parent. And as children, we do understand that it's difficult for every parent. But parents out there, if you're listening, no child comes with a manual. You don't get the scope of how your child is going to grow up, how your child is going to be. You do have wishes for your child. That I wish my child could be a doctor. I wish my child could be a nurse. And then your child is so creative and they become an artist. You didn't fail as a parent. Ek is seker jy soek 10,000 kleinkinders and you think you have failed because your son is gay or your daughter is lesbian. You have not failed one bit. It's 2021. There are means and ways. We don't have, let me ask you this. Do you guys have children so that they can give you grandchildren? Is that the only reason why you have children?
We have children, and we also expect children to have children or grandchildren, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay.
It's not going to happen. Because there are women that can't have children. What about them? Now, parents that are watching, like, let your child be. The best thing you can do for your child is protect your child. Teach them values and morals. Teach them respect. Because that is the one thing in your child that is going to live forever. Your child is not going to marry the same partner as you. Your child is not going to be in the same career path as you. Your child is not going to make the same decisions as you. Decisions back in 1970-something are completely different to decisions in 2021. And we can't use the same solutions, if you understand.
So what you are telling me that it will be quite easy if parents can accept their children from a very young age to be what they want to be.
They don't even have to accept, Stuart, but tolerate and respect and try by all means to understand what is happening. We are scared as children. I myself am scared at these feelings. Why am I different from other kids? Ons vra onsself soos gay mense. Hoekom is ek anders? You understand? It's not like we want to try and defy our parents and say, yeah, man, ek wil 'n moffie wees, dis dit. We ask ourselves at night, why am I different? Why can't I fight these feelings? Want die mense lag my uit. I'm a disappointment to my father and my mother, but the feelings are there. We sleep crying at night, asking ourselves, why are we different? And then your parents add fuel to that fire and then scale your eight and fluke your eight. Yes, honors. You see, now look at you. You're embarrassing me. And the last thing you want to do is be an embarrassment to your parents. So imagine your parents telling you that, listen, you're an embarrassment to me. Wat jy doen, 1, 2, 3.
I've experienced that whilst children are growing up and become teenagers, they sometimes become gay, that they go for men, and then there's young girls that goes for girls. And at a later stage, they reverse back again. What could that reason be?
Het was rechter. Was het te veel rechter? Everybody goes through a phase. Let's put it like that. In teenage years, we have experimental phases. You understand? So you will find that we want to experiment with anything. Being gay is the same as experimenting with drugs or experimenting with cigarettes. It's something that, okay, I used to smoke when I was 16, now I don't smoke anymore. It doesn't mean that, oh, I was gay last week, I'm not gay anymore. Maybe I went into it trying to see my options, trying to experiment. I mean, come on, Stuart, you've had more sense, Mason. We all, in our teenage years, we always experiment, we always do things. We are all becoming adolescents. So, was it dips from a car, blah, 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 blah. Somebody has a porn magazine. It evokes feelings, and then we look at it, and later on in life, it's the last thing on your mind. You voted priester. So what? Are you still a homie or a skeleton? Or did you just go through a phase? Because right now we are so free, we're sexually liberated as young people. We are allowed by the community and society to venture and explore exactly what we want in order to find out when we settle down, this is exactly what I want. Because there's a lot of old people trapped in their marriages. Because you had to get married to Susan, that's it. Now you hate Susan, you have 10 children, you're gonna divorce. Because you were not allowed that opportunity to express yourself. I think it's an expression.
What will your comment be? In the society, we have experienced already gay people that got married to a woman, they got children, and at the end, after a couple of years, they just couldn't take the pressure and they divorced and be the gay that I want to be. What is your...
My view on that? That must be the most painful thing. It must be so, so painful. And you find that the guys that are the most homophobic are those kind of guys. You know, you get mad when somebody's living their best life and you're not. Who come at you be a car and hate me? You get mad. So as a closeted homosexual, you look at Teddy living his best life with the man that you want to live your best life with. It eats you up inside. What do? You end up hating him. You end up being homophobic to that point. You want nothing to do with the gays because you're gay yourself. That's. I always compare it to like racism. But somebody said I should stop. Race and sexuality are two different. They are battles for 2 different days. Because I was saying that you find that if you are, for example, I hate white people. Oh my word, I can't stand white people. Deep down inside, you want to be white so bad. Because you see they're living their best life. As a person, it is like that. So if you're in a marriage, it's like you're in a trap. You have children, you have a wife, and then years later, 10 years after your marriage, you want to now be yourself and be gay because there's no love in this marriage anymore. The kids are outside the house, so what's keeping you and your wife together? The hardest part is now you want to catch up with all these years that you missed. that's where it becomes dangerous. No volume demands means of fun. So you're changing them every week to catch up with all the men that you could have had in your entire life.
So you are telling me there's a lot of people, married people, especially guys that's living a fake type of a life.
Absolutely.
And it must be very sad.
It is sad, it is hard on their families because some are active on it. They are the ones that keep it to themselves and as any gas, it is like that. And then you have ones that are acting on it and in a slop met andermans mense while they're married. And then they end up bringing sicknesses and diseases to their wives who are just at home thinking that this husband is legit going to work and not funding on sokkergoed. That's where the sad part for me comes in.
If I can use the word straight, like we normally say this guy is straight, meaning that he only go for ladies.
He's a heterosexual person.
But you sometimes see the straight guy still go for the gay guy.
Yes.
What is your comment on that?
You're going to get me into trouble. Straight guys that go for gay guys. We have had this conversation. And then people say, no, the minute you go for a gay guy, it means you're gay. Period. That's it. That is not the case. Can I tell you that personally? I myself, I have had my fair share of straight guys that have made passes at me. I've had my fair share of straight guys that like me. And then you get straight guys that would do it for the sake of money. Everybody thinks gay people have money. They will sleep with a gay guy for money. They will sleep with a gay guy for alcohol. They will sleep with a gay guy for shelter. I call those hobosexuals. Yes. If you're a hobosexual, is when you are sleeping with me so that you can have shelter. You're not gay, but you are out and display black. In the afternoon with girls, you start sees, and at night, because you know I can't say no, I'm looking for male attention. You're giving me that male attention.
All right, Teddy. There's some questions coming through from our viewers here.
Woo!
Get yourself ready.
Okay, viewers.
The first question is from Lorica. Today, opportunities are not made as available to the gay community as it is for straight people. Have you ever had two? Or would you rather sleep with your boss to get a promotion, or rather choose to lose the promotion altogether?
Lorica,
Right, let's hear.
okay, because I'm so controversial. I'm going to say, I'm not saying I'll sleep with my boss for the promotion, but let's say I wouldn't lose that promotion. I would get that promotion. There is something called, for that question, there's something called gay for pay. There are guys that are sleeping with other guys. There's a trend going around of men sleeping with other men or offering sexual favors to other men in order to acquire a tender. So that is to say, I would see a promotion. It's hard times, guys. There are no jobs. Jobs are scared. Somebody offered me Teddy £1. Here's a tender. It's a very difficult decision.
I hope that answers Lorica. There's another guy, Bailey. I have a question for Teddy. As you are a gay man, do you prefer to be referred as a man or woman? I have a 16-year-old niece who believes that as a member of the LGBTQ community, an individual has the right to choose what gender they are identified as what What is your thoughts about that?
Thank you so much, Bailey Bongani. That question is very important because people automatically assume because you are a man and you are gay, you would like to be referred to as a woman or she. I myself personally am very feminine. I'm very effeminate, but I still prefer to be referred to as he. But I get the she thing more than anything. Yes, the world has gone to a point where you need to ask people what are they comfortable with. Because I'm also struggling with some of my transgender friends, some of my asexual friends, or people that I know that want to be referred to as they. That's when you're not gender specific. You don't want to be conformed to the male or female forms. And you have to, the one person that just did that now is Sam Smith. Sam Smith, the singer.
Yeah.
Yes, he has become gender neutral and would prefer to be referred to as them. It is, biology and science are very fascinating, guys. We grow every day. We live every day. We change every day. Humans are not the same today as they were 50 years ago. So if your niece prefers to be referred to as he or she, not man or a woman, those are two different things. I'm gay, but I'm a man. I'm not a woman, but now the pronouns he or she are something completely different to my gender that I identify as. So if your niece, if she prefers to be referred to as a she is a woman, unless she has transitioned into becoming a man and is now a transgender, then you can refer to him as him. I'm not even going to say her. To him as a he.
Tell me another question that I want to ask is that, did you or your gay friends ever experience normal married men that goes for you wherever you are, at a function or a church or whatever you are doing? Then there are normal married men. What is your comment on that one?
Let's let more say. My comment is more. One, you are married. Whether I was a man or a woman, let's not forget you're married, one. So there's not more. Two, it's like going back to that point that we made earlier, that people that are in the closet for years and now they want to be themselves. And it's not so stupid, because some of them are not even in the closet. They're just open-minded to the idea that even though he's married. It's the thrill behind it. Like back in the Alexander the Great days, they used to sleep with other men for the thrill of overpowering another man. It's a power thing. You don't even have to be gay to sleep with another man. Because in prison, I don't think they're all gay. But that power that you have over another man, the power it gives you to know that you made another man submissive, feeds you as a man, and you feel good about yourself. That, listen, I made you my woman. So, especially married men, they just like the thrill behind it. I have experienced it. And they go back to their wives and it's lovey-dovey and they eat pudding.
Do you think in your life as a gay person, will you ever, if I must use this word straight, go straight again? Or is it, the possibility is totally not even there?
Shame, Stuart, it's word for me. For me, it's over. There's no reset button anymore. But, strangely enough, now this is personal. This is very personal. I am sometimes attracted to some females. either because of the way they look or their intellect, because it's more than just about sex when you're attracted to the next person. That's why people think, nee, sometimes we are attracted to other men because of their intellect, the way they behave, the way they present themselves, the way they carry themselves, or the way they treat us. That's how people even confuse feelings. If you came to me at a bar and you were straight, and you said, hi, how are you? Can I buy you something to drink? I'm looking for company. The way you presented yourself, I'm going to be attracted to that. So I am attracted to some females. Dear females, if I'm attracted to you, you are the luckiest female on the planet, because my reset button is broken. I can't go back to factory settings. It's good for me.
What do you think of a gay person that's still denying the fact in the community that he's not gay? What advice would you give that person?
Honey, come out the closet. It's fun out here. Closets are for clothes. No, what I would say is that don't be scared. Don't be scared. We live in a modern age. There are places of safety you can go. There are laws put in place for your safety. You have rights to exist. I know it's scary when your family disowns you and you have nowhere to go. There are places you can go. There is a place called Free State Rainbow Seeds in Bloemfontein. It's an LGBTIQ organization. You can go to such places. There are homes. One day, if God gives me the strength, I would like to have a home, sort of like a Salvation Army for disowned LGBTI people, because it happens a lot still, even in 2021. People get disowned, people commit suicide, kids kill themselves. So whoever you are, don't be scared. There's a lot of us out here. You're not alone. You can just call me, drop me a message, and I got you. Give you the full induction.
My opinion, I would like to know what's your comment, is that there's a saying that they say a man can't think like a woman, and a woman can't think like a man. But I just feel that gay is more intelligent than both of these straight people. What is your comment on that one?
Facts, 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 facts. You just spewed facts, dude. Gay people are more intelligent than both male and female. I wouldn't say that. But I would say gay people are hard workers. We work so hard to prove a point that we have to be smarter than the men and smarter than the women. So the only thing gay people used to have back in the day is success. Even in my house, they wouldn't accept me for being gay, but at the end of the month, when I bought a paycheck, I was flavor of the month. Every day when I bought a report card and it said 6 distinctions and all my cousins failed, I was flavor of the month. So I only had success as my fighter to fight back on. But as you drape, all of a sudden everything gets scratched off the table. Jy het gedrape want jy's you're gay.
A morphine.
Yeah. I wanted to go.
So actually, some parents and some community members, they're so prejudiced over the gays, are putting the gay in a very determined spot.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. I mean, you're only accepted in society. Look at it like that. You're only accepted in society or by the community if you're very famous. Come on. But if you're famous, if Somizi was to walk in the streets, it's like, oh, that's Somizi, hoo-ha. Yes, he's gay, but come on, it's Somizi. But a regular gay person is a joke. So you have to be an overachiever, over successful for them not to look at your sexuality?
In your last words, how would you explain to the community or parents that's still playing hide and seek with their children that's being gay? How can you encourage or motivate the community or the parents to see that side different? What will in closing, your words be to them?
In closing, I'd like to say, parents, talk to your children. There are no limits. Children these days are so lucky that they have so many platforms where they can talk with each other and converse with each other. But first and foremost, parents, want to be involved in your child's life. Don't feel forced. Want to be involved in your child's life. Because the minute you want to be involved in your child's life, you will then understand what is going on in your child's life. Eendag dink jy seun is gay, and then you leave it at that. You say, I accept him, he's gay, and he brings a wife home. You say, but I thought, because you didn't want to be involved. So be involved in your child's life. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Be sensitive when you ask questions. Not because you are trying to fight them or you are trying to have an opinion, but you're trying to understand. Ask to listen and understand. Don't ask to respond. Because a lot of parents already come with the answer. When they ask you, Stuart, are you gay? She or he already has an answer. And then you say yes. Your ma or your pa is already gonna say, but I didn't make you gay. I didn't raise a gay. Who made you gay? Nobody's gay in the house. And if you say no, they don't have a response for that. They'll have a response here. Madam, would you uphold with doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But if you came in and said, Stuart, we have to have a talk. Is there something you want to tell me? Just know that 1, 2, 3, I'll never throw you away. You're my child. You can tell me anything. Now, I have a question for you. We're still scared even if parents make it comfortable. If you say, I have a question for you, since you're not going to ask, are you gay?
I got a question again from Ulrika here.
Mm-hmm.
You get very feminine gay men and very mainly gay men.
Ooh.
Do you have a preference?
Do I have
I think that's what she's asking. And does this limit your dating option?
Thank you for that question. Do I have a preference between feminine and masculine men? I would say I used to. Growing up, I used to. I was very effeminate. I'm very effeminate, as you can see. Like a first-time girl. But I'm still a gangster. I'll take it outside now. So, I used to want a very manly man. Ek wou die vrou gewees het in die verhouding. Just wanted to be soft. I just wanted to be pretty. He needs to be the man. Growing up, that is what I wanted, and that absolutely limited my dating because they used to love saying the straight-looking gay guys that you can't tell, oh, he's gay. The straight-looking gay guys would always say, if I wanted to date a girl, I would have went and dated a girl. Now I'm gonna date a guy that wants to be a girl or pretends to be a girl. That doesn't work for me. So growing up, I discovered that it's more than just about the sex. Hence, I shifted from wanting a more masculine partner to just wanting a partner that will meet me halfway. Whether you are feminine, whether you are masculine, if you can meet me halfway as my partner, in every aspect, in terms of emotionally, psychologically, and physically, to sexually, you meet me halfway. Because even sexually, Stuart, that's the one thing we are scared to talk about. We play different roles in a gay relationship. You do have a top and you do have a bottom. As straight people like to refer to it, wie die mannetjie, wie die vrouwtjie. Nee, dis 2 mansmense. Maar een van hulle is die and the other end is D. That's how it works.
Okay, I got a last question that I'm going to take here from Bailey. Did any one of your family try to beat the gay out of you?
It happens. It happens. I don't have a specific, yes, I do have a specific moment. I remember I was once beaten at home for something, and they attributed it to my being gay. They're like, it's because you're gay. That's why you couldn't 1, 2, 3. Or you don't, you listed me want ik some moffie. You think he was a groot vrou now. And then you do get a hiding, a disciplining, let's not say beating up. You get a disciplining to stop what you're doing, to change and stop your trains. Families do that a lot. If they don't beat you physically, they beat you emotionally and psychologically to say that all these things are happening to you because you're gay. Growing up in boarding school, I was molested as a child. I was molested for about 3 years. Full on molested by a Kosi's father. I never talk about it. We never talk about it at home. They never pursued it at home because they said all these things happened to me because you wanted to be a woman, no muji fool, who fool it, or a fraud devious. Meanwhile, I'm being molested as a child. I'm 8 years old. I don't know better. And they say it's because. So imagine what psychological and emotional beating I took all the way until I'm an adult. And we still don't talk about it till today.
We'd like to say thank you to Teddy and to the gay family. What we have learned here is that the families need to be supportive to their children. If your child turns out to be gay, be supportive. Don't run the child down. And to the communities, there's no way that we can't go without gays. All my life I have adored the gays. I like them as friends, and they are really, really intelligent. Most of them are much more intelligent than all of us. So this topic will still continue later in this year. So for the viewers, thank you for viewing in. On the 28th, we'll have a speaker here, Roshan Pillay. He's a middle manager marketing operations of Eskom. Our topic will be load sharing and load reduction. If you do sit with a problem with electricity or you need more information, don't forget to tune in on the 28th with this high-profile guy that will come and explain to us how the system works from Eskom. Anyhow, thank you all the viewers for tuning in, and again to our guest Teddy, keep it up, be proud of what you are, and we wish you and your gay family all the best and the acceptance of the world to know the gays are here to stay. Thank you, everyone.